Hi, I'm Mark Tan, Managing Partner at Finesse Ventures. So, Finesse Ventures was created to bring the different skill sets to the founders in new incubation projects. We are a technology incubation fund. Finesse Ventures, unlike traditional venture capitals, offer not only the financial but operational expertise, but we bring the technology piece around the different founders to make each business successful. Our team is made up of 11 different people, and half our team are engineers. But what's different about that is half of our engineers are involved with future technologies, including machine learning and blockchain technologies, in addition to web and application development. How we think about technology is that we are very good at using data. So when we think about a technology piece and which businesses to really drive into, it's always going to be built on data and how to use that, analyze that, and predict and makes business suggestions based on that. So there are two different portions that we think about. To be able to help founders create good businesses, we ourselves need to be able to create good businesses. So in-house, we have an incubation piece where we start with a proof of concept and we start building out and start talking with new clients and building that business out. So in-house currently, we've created 2 different incubation companies from our team itself. On top of that, we also invest and help founders grow. So we're invested in 3 different companies now as well, and we work closely with them on a day-to-day basis to achieve the scale that they do. So uniquely, Finesse Ventures puts a team around the founder, and that said, there are some costs that come with that. So the piece of that pie is a portion of equity, which helps the Finesse portfolio grow in itself. But that said, we do have day-to-day hands-on operational people built around the founders, and that's where the consulting sort of fee comes into play. So Finesse Ventures is actually supported by 2 different companies. Firstly, we had my other founder, Ken Takashi, to create AI consulting, and that company has been running for 7 years. On the other side, it's supported by my company, which is Finesse Investments Japan, and we actually own and manage 80 different rooms around Japan. Finesse Ventures is actually the 3rd Finesse company under the Finesse brand. So for us, Finesse Ventures is just a spin-off of those companies. And firstly, in the startup phase, we're interested in actually using that capital to grow and build our portfolio. We've come to realize that not everyone can be an entrepreneur, but to be a successful entrepreneur, you actually do need a strong team around you. And so within Finesse Ventures, we think about it from twofold. You are either have the entrepreneurial spirit where you want to come in, whether you're from a technology background or finance background or operational background, you want to come in and be a CEO of the next company. That's one way of thinking about it. On the other skill side, we have experts within our company. Experts that are wanting to drill down and deepen the skills in machine learning or blockchain. And they come around that future CEO or around our outside founders to envisage or create their vision. So there are 2 different clear roles within the company that makes it successful. So our main office is in Shinagawa, and it's where our engineering and our corporate office is together. We're in our first phase, and in our first phase, what we think about is building out our portfolio. We are very focused on actually showing that we can do what we say we can do. And so to be able to do that, we need to be successful as well in creating our incubation companies and bringing that to market. After that, obviously, we're going to move out and branch out and get outside financing to actually start to scale. But before we do that, we want to create a successful track record that when anyone looks at it, can realize the value of Finesse Ventures. Currently, we're working on 6 incubation projects that spun off to be 2 different additional companies now. We're working on 3 portfolio companies. On the incubation stage, we have regular sourcing meetings. And so our sourcing pipeline, waiting to get a POC, we have our 2 projects in the POC phase. From the investment pipeline, we're working on 6 different new investments, 3 in Japan and then 3 out of Japan that we're looking to pursue. So I think it's a phase that we're thinking through that. As we're building out our portfolio to get our name in the market, it's going to stay closer to the consulting angle just because we need to be able to show and prove to people that we know how to create businesses. Eventually, we're going to move closer to the venture capital angle where we scale. But that said, we are adamant not to become venture capital for the reasons that we've talked about, which is obviously to not only be able to evaluate a business and tell you what's going wrong from your mouth, but to be able to get around, build a team around the founder to make things happen. I think that's the key here, hands-on management. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to working with everyone soon.